So today we're just going to be talking about what happens when you overbook a tent and you have other sizes available. But first, I just wanted to say that my main guy, my friend Matt, came back for a day because one of the other kids was really late and didn't show up. So I called Matt and he came in, and man, it was really cool because he is so fast. Everything just went so fast that day, much faster than the previous weeks. He's really good. He knows everything. He's been with me since the beginning. Everything went very smoothly. I was glad to have him back, and I can't wait until we are a little busier and he can come back full time. I want to talk about what happens when you overbook on a tent. It's not really the end of the world. I overbooked two 20 by 20s this past weekend. It was graduation weekend. And the reason I did that was because I told the office guy, people are going to be wanting 20 by 20s mostly because 50 people restriction, and a 20 by 20 is 50 people. Sure, some people got larger tents to have more space, but most people, price conscientious, just got a 20 by 20 for 50 people. I told him, don't deny it. We'll figure something out. I have a few old tents that I gave to my other company, the dish company. I was gonna name it. I don't like naming my companies on YouTube. But anyways, they're kind of old. They're still good looking. They came from a company which is not like top of the line, but they're still white and they're still clean. And I have those on the shelf, and he uses them sometimes, gets them out for extra money for us. But I knew I had a few 20 by 20s up there. I was wrong. I only had one. So that took care of one 20 by 20. But the other 20 by 20, I had to figure something out. And I've come across this in the past anyways. Basically, when I first started, I had pen and paper as my organization system. Then I switched to Excel to organize things, but it really only organized the dates and what I was supposed to be doing. It didn't keep track of inventory and how many I had left. So I would sometimes overbook. So it's a real simple thing if you've got tents left. I would have either a 20 by 30 or 20 by 40 tent left most of the time. And what I would do is I would just throw basically all the tents that I had left on the truck. And you show up to one of those houses and it's a big yard. They didn't order the 20 by 20 because that's all that fits there. They ordered the 20 by 20 because that's all they needed. So I just say to them, hey, I got good news for you. We're gonna upgrade you to a 20 by 30 or 20 by 40. No extra charge. It's just someone I knew really needed a 20 by 20. And so we threw on a 20 by 30 to see if you would have enough room. And you do. And usually they're very happy about it. They get a bigger tent for no extra charge. You only got two or four extra stakes, 2 or 4 extra side poles. Doesn't make that much of a difference. So that happened this week. One 20 by 20 I had covered for my old tents, and the other one we threw on a 20 by 30 on the truck. And because of where they were, the towns, I knew one of these people was gonna have a big enough backyard for it. So the first person we showed up at, she ordered the 20 by 20, and you know, she had a huge backyard. And I said, hey, good news, I'm gonna upgrade you to a 20 by 30 because we overbooked for a friend, and no extra charge. And she was extremely happy about it, and we solved our problem. Now, other times in the past, I've been forced to give them a frame tent of the same size or bigger. If my 20 by 20 or 20 by 30s were overbooked, I would bring a 20 by 20 or 20 by 30 frame tent. And yeah, it takes a little longer, but you're not like having to go buy a tent or sub-rent a tent or figure something else out or just outright cancel on the person. But that's only if you have tents available. And during the situation, I knew I was gonna have tents available. There was not as many parties when we're not in a pandemic. So it was easy. Now, if you actually overbook and you've got no tents left, that's a little harder. You can either make the decision to buy a new tent, which is gonna cost a lot of money, or you can sub-rent the tent, have another company go do it. You're gonna lose out on the rental fee, but you're not gonna make the customer mad. You're not gonna have to cancel, and you'll probably still make money on the tables and chairs. And hopefully the rental company gives you a discount of like 10%, so you'll not lose money. Hopefully they're the same price as you. But that's really it. That's the trick. If you still got tents left in your warehouse, or garage or whatever. Just throw them on the truck. One of the yards that you show up to will have enough room for a larger tent, and then just upgrade them for free. Don't go buying a new tent or sub-renting a tent just because you don't have that specific size. Just bring other tents and upgrade them. Thanks for watching.